Hoo, 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 hoo. We are back, everybody. We are back. It's a new season of 49ers football. Good to have everybody here. All right. We're ready. We're rocking and rolling, folks. We're going live a little bit early. There's a lot to talk about. We are live. How is everybody doing? Ooh-wee. All right. We're looking good. Looking good, everybody. We're looking good. Yo, yo, yo. Tisha, I saw you in the stream earlier with 49ers Ultimate Report. Welcome. Like, subscribe, do all that good stuff if you haven't already. Game time, about 30 minutes away. Starters gonna be going the whole first half, it sounds like. First half will be, we're gonna see Trey Lance out there. Jimmy Ward, it sounds like it's been announced Jimmy Ward will be missing the first 4 games. So according to John Lynch, which is a bummer. You know, the first couple of games, not really too worried about it. But when it comes down to week 3 at Denver and week 4 against the Rams, definitely would have been nice to have him. But hey, we brought in Tashawn Gibson. We'll see how he does if he plays tonight. David McNew, let's go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Wanted to get this started a little bit early. I was just killing and chilling time, you know, and before the game started. It's about 25, 30 minutes until game time. But just wanted to get everyone in here, get settled. It's going to be a good time. Hope you guys like my little scoreboard. If it's the first time that you've been here for a game stream. Even though it's preseason, hey, let's get pumped up. You know, it's going to be a good time. And can't wait for the game to get started. Hopefully everyone's having a very lovely afternoon, evening, or wherever you're at in the world. But a lot of different things happening. Mentioned Jimmy Ward likely to go on the IR list, which should put him out for the first 4 games of the season. But hey, you know, at the end of the day, something that I've been saying a lot is the fact that the season, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Like, to put it in perspective, last year, between regular season and playoffs, it was 20 games we played. 20 games, and we didn't even make the Super Bowl. So, it's a bummer. Yeah, the Jimmy Ward, of course, is going to miss the first 4 games seemingly, but, you know, it's just one of those things where, like, hey, I'd rather him be fully 100% ready to come back, play the remaining 13 regular season games plus whatever playoff games too, as opposed to rushing him back and then he picks up an injury there or re-aggravates it, you know. So, but a bit of a bummer for Jimmy Ward, newly voted into the NFL Top 100. But, it's one of those things where, hey, in 13 games, man, he can still come back and just have a huge impact. SF Niners Sports Nation, how are we doing? It is good to see you. I see you putting in work, doing your streams and whatnot, man. Thank you for stopping by. Appreciate it. Yeah, it's going to be, I'm really excited to see how it all plays out today. A lot of big battles going on the roster. You know, at running back, we're loaded. The offensive line, I don't think Trent Williams will not be playing today. I don't think, at least, but is what I had heard. But Colton McKivitz at right tackle, that's what I'm going to be focusing on. I mean, pretty much the entire offensive line, you know. I most likely will end up watching this game, and this actually reminds me. I want to make sure that I record this game too, because Record. Beautiful. Confirm. All right. Cool. Just because I do want to watch this one again. I want to watch it back, so because it's kind of hard, like, when you try to focus on something, but your eyes are always just drawn to the quarterback and then this. But once you've seen the game, it's easier to kind of just focus on, hey, the offensive line, or hey, this person. But it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. I appreciate everyone being here. Do give a little like to the stream. It really helps out. All of that helps out a lot. And so we still about 25 minutes till kickoff. And it's good to be back with football season again. Football is back. So good to see it. And we are just this is the dress rehearsal for the regular season. This is the dress rehearsal. This is where we get to basically see the starters for most of the half. Now, of course, there's going to be a number of players who will not be playing tonight because it's just not really even worth it, just worth the risk of potential injury. But at the end of the day, the Niners, we are a stacked team. Stacked. There's going to be some really, really good players who get cut. And I have no doubt that a lot of these guys are going to get picked up by other teams. But, I'm just excited to see the guys perform. I think overall the first two preseason games have gone pretty well. Trey Lance has looked good in very limited time, but he's looked good. Defense has been fantastic. The defense has just been out of this world. Only giving up 7 points to Minnesota. And I know they didn't have Cousins or Thielen or Jefferson, but we were playing all of our backups, with the exception, I think, of Javon Kinlaw. I want to say on defense, I don't think there was any other starters out there. I believe that, George Odom was out there, Tarvarius Moore against Minnesota. But at the end of the day, defense is looking good. D'Amico Ryans heading into his second season as the defensive coordinator with the 49ers. And I have no doubt that, and it sucks to say this, but it'll be his second and probably his last year as the Niners defensive coordinator, simply because some team is going to hire him as a head coach. Some team will absolutely hire him. I think he would be a good hire. And it's just one of those things where Shanahan has such a good eye for coaching, and there's a reason why in the Shanahan's been here 5 years, and already two of our coordinators have gone on to be head coaches. So I think that speaks volumes. But not to get too off topic there, I want to say that, something that I'd seen and heard, and I could absolutely see this happening, is it possible that if D'Amico Ryans gets a head coaching job somewhere, that maybe we could look to bring back Vic Fangio? But I want to say that, Shanahan and the whole system is designed around this 4-3, this 4-3 heavy zone coverage defense. So although we are playing a little bit more man, it looks like, but I have no doubt that a guy who's as smart and talented as a guy like Vic Fangio could implement a system like that. But we are just we're about 20 minutes away now. Do feel free to leave comments and drop in the chat and say what's up. It's going to be good to hopefully we get some of the regulars, we get some newer people who've stopped by. Tisha, appreciate anyone who comes by. It's always cool to interact and get some fun interactions going on. But if for any of you who have not seen me react to games before, it's I definitely get a little pumped up, a little excited, possibly, overly excited where I'm jumping around on like a madman. But, even just, this is going to be entering my second season where I streamed the games. And, the first season, there are so many memorable moments. Holy moly, last year was crazy to watch. I think back to the game against the Packers in the playoffs, and the punt block by Jordan Willis and Hufanga, But I think Tashawn Gibson, I bet he'll be out there. I bet he'll be out there maybe in the second half, but I think he'll be out there. And I want to say, because I had done a video pretty recently on, Jimmy Ward. And at the time of the video when I released it, it was just after it was announced that he got hurt. And I was thinking, yeah, he's going to be out for 2 games. Now it looks more like 4. And Tashawn Gibson was one of the guys who I had us pegged on signing. And we ended up signing him. I thought it would either be Tavon Wilson, who we had on the team last year, but Gibson is someone who's played in defenses very similar to what we run. He played with Gus Bradley in Jacksonville, so he's very familiar with what we want to do and what we expect out of the free safety position. And Gibson, even in recent years, has had success with regards to turnovers and things like that. So I think it was a very solid signing. I wouldn't be surprised, yes, if he's here for the first 4 games, and depending on how things work out, that maybe we potentially keep him on the roster, or, when Jimmy Ward comes back, he might end up getting cut. But overall, I think it was a solid pickup and something that we definitely needed with Jimmy Ward being hurt. So, with the safeties right now for the first 4 games, it wouldn't shock me. We're going to have Hufanga starting for sure. We're going to see George Odom, who we brought in from the Colts. I think Tarvarius Moore makes it. And then it could be Tashawn Gibson, unless someone like Taylor Hawkins, who's been with the team the entire offseason, undrafted guy. I believe Hawkins is from, is it San Diego State or UCLA? I'm trying to think. But let me actually check and see where Taylor Hawkins is, where he's from. Taylor Hawkins. Here we are. San Diego State. All right, cool. San Diego State. But yeah, it's just one of those. Potentially Taylor Hawkins makes the roster. We'll see. Of course, I would much rather, Jimmy Ward, of course, be healthy. I think he's, in terms of importance to the team, he's absolutely, he's top 10 for just importance for the team and the success this year. So bummer to not have him for the first 4 games, but look, yeah, we got to have the team ready to go and fresh for the long haul. So I don't want to bring back Jimmy Ward, week 2, and then he just aggravates that hamstring, and then he's out for another month or so. So I think it makes sense what the Niners are doing and how they're playing it. And I think it's a testament too that they obviously have a lot of confidence in, the other players, who we have on the roster, Hufanga, George Odom, even Tarvarius Moore. Now, I was pretty critical of Tarvarius Moore after that game against the Packers. Not ideal, but I think when it comes to, I'm curious to see how he does today. Just how everyone does today, really. See how the team looks. It's great to be back, though. Great to be back. All right. Yeah, I think something else that I'm looking for is because the running backs. This is and across 49ers YouTube, all the different content creators, one of the most hotly contested topics is the running back position and who makes it. And it goes without saying, to me, I think the 2 guys who are just absolute locks. What's up, Ashton? Good to see you, buddy. Welcome to the stream. Game's going to be kicking off in about 15 minutes, so just chatting about the Niners. And yeah, feel free to leave any comments in the chat. We'll get a good discussion going. And yeah, if you have any questions or any comments you want to make, feel free. But one of the things that it's really going to be interesting to see is the just how the running back position plays out for the 49ers. The 2 guys who are absolute locks. Elijah Mitchell, we know that. TDP, I think, is a lock simply because we just drafted him this year in the 3rd round. I think there would be next to no way that we would cut him this quickly, and I don't think he deserves to be cut either. I think he's been playing better than some of the other players out there. And my guess is that we keep 4 guys. My guess is we keep 4 running backs, and then the 5th would be Kyle Juszczyk. So if we have Mitchell and if we have TDP as locks, that's 2 spots, and we have 4 guys. All right, so the coverage is just beginning on TV. They're showing the Houston Texans stadium, and there's Trey Lance. Man, I don't know about you guys. What do you guys think of the new jerseys? It's kind of like, it has like the 3 stripes, the saloon font. Ooh, I think it looks good. It's like a minor tweak, but I think it looks really, really good. That Niners jersey. So, beautiful. Beautiful jersey. Beautiful. But, this guy, this Texans fan, he's looking like a Hulk Hogan. He looks like Hulk Hogan, but also has the Ultimate Warrior face paint. Ashton, now you're good, man. So here's the thing. I know that I want to say that I'm going to be behind but that's just the nature of how the stream goes. Like, there's always a delay. So you actually won't really be able to spoil it, because my reaction, I'm watching it live. So my reaction is going to be a live reaction, but you guys probably just won't see it for about whatever, like 10, 15 seconds after. So, but, no, do your thing, Ashton. We're good. So yeah, they have the little Thursday night kickoff roundtable here. You got Tony Gonzalez, Ryan Fitzpatrick, and then Richard Sherman. Now, Richard Sherman, he is the guy who, for me, just had like such a turnaround with how I felt about him. When he was with the Seahawks, I despised Richard Sherman. Just like, he would always talk mess and everything. But when he was with the Niners, man, Richard Sherman was a great 49er. It was great having him on the Niners. But yeah, so it's, kind of going back to that running back discussion, so we have, I think there's going to be 4 guys. I just don't know if you can justify 5 running backs with a 6th when you factor in Juszczyk. So to me, it's Elijah Mitchell and it's TDP. Those are the 2 guys who we kind of have to lock in as like, hey, they are going to be on the roster. I don't think there's any question about that. But the other 4 guys, so we're going to have Jeff Wilson Jr., JaMychal Hasty, Trey Sermon, and then Jordan Mason. My favorite player, past and present. That's a tough one. Present, I kind of go back and forth. But I would say right now, my favorite player is probably Debo, just for what he brings to the table, and he's just so much fun to watch. I would say Debo is probably my favorite right now. Past or all time, I kind of see a big part of me wants to say someone like Montana, but I'm just not old enough to remember Montana like playing. So with that in mind, I'd probably go Jerry Rice. And I know those are pretty somewhat generic answers, but Jerry Rice was great. Deebo Samuel was great. But like some of the other players who I really liked over the years, especially in those, I want to know who Ashton, who are your favorite players? But some of the players who I really like too, of course, I mean you have guys like Frank Gore, Patrick Willis, Navarro Bowman, Justin Smith, just so many just awesome players over the years, who've worn the 49er uniform and who've been there for big games and big moments. So, but we are very, very close now. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff, and Niners, Texans, 49ers, Houston Texans. It's going to be a good time. I just can't wait to see how the offense performs, how the defense performs. This is the closest thing. Current, yeah. I mean, those are some awesome, some Great choices there, Ashton. I mean, Montana and Rice. Montana to Rice was just one of those iconic, like you'd see just the quarterback wide receiver duos. And then Kittle and Bosa. I mean, big George Kittle fan, and I love the way he plays the game. Even if it does mean that he ends up missing time, because he's so freaking physical. But Deebo Samuel suited up. I can see the Niners on the TV right now. The players are just running right by. I mean, I don't know how much he's actually going to play as Deebo Samuel, but he's suited up, so we'll see. But, Kittle, Bosa. I mean, this team is just loaded. Trent Williams, Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk, Fred Warner. I think guys like Emmanuel Mosley are really going to be, at the end of this year, really going to be thought of as among the better players in the league. Charvarius Ward, I'm excited to see what he does in a 49er uniform. And just so many good players on the team right now. We're getting super close to kickoff. Yeah, see, and that's the thing where it's hard to, because I was born in '87, so, but even then, I just, I don't remember, I remember just vaguely watching games as a kid, but I don't remember specific moments, necessarily. So, but from watching older games and stuff, yeah, Montana was just as cool as ice, and just the guy that you want there, when you're, in the big moments, and always came through. He was super clutch and just really, really good. Well, all right, yeah, it says about 7.5 minutes to kick off. Excited. I'm really, really pumped now. I'm getting, because I see all the players getting on the field now and everything. And I'm like, all right, we're getting close to kickoff. This is going to be a good time. And 17 days from today is going to be week 1 at Chicago. There's George Kittle, who is suited up. So maybe we'll see a little bit of George Kittle today. We'll see a little Kittle. But, I can't wait for week 1. But in the meantime, let's enjoy this game. You're going to see players who are fighting for roster spots. The first half, it's going to be a lot more of the starters. So a lot of these guys we know are just going to be, their spot is locked up. But good, it's going to be good to see them out there, really to see Trey Lance, the chemistry with some of these guys. And at the end of the day, as much as it's preseason, so regardless of what happens, the result, I just want to see people look good, Players look good and chemistry and things like that. So, but I'm still going to give my genuine reactions. I'm going to be getting a little crazy. Yeah, I do, Ashton. I think a lot of the starters, and a lot of them are suited up. Whereas preseason week 1, preseason week 2, Kittle and Deebo and all of them, they weren't dressed at all. They were wearing stuff, but they weren't in uniform. They were just in their kind of, regular clothes. So, but they're suited up and looking like they're going to be going. So we'll see, Now we have on the TV Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit. Kirk Herbstreit, the longtime college football guy. And Al Michaels, who's just legendary. Al Michaels, one of my favorite announcers. I mean, he was there for the Miracle on Ice. USA versus USSR. Do you believe in miracles? But here we go. We're super close now. Super close to kickoff, just minutes away. And I'm curious to see who's going to start with the ball, who's going to, will the Niners start off? Oh, you're all good, man. Yeah. I think, there's a lot of different things we're kind of looking for, in this game. I really want to see Trey Lance just, in command of the offense. Now, I think where it's going to be a little bit interesting is that typically, and I would probably assume that they do this with preseason as well, but they tend to script the first 10, 15 plays. So my big thing is after those first 10 or 15 plays, when Trey Lance is out there. It's like, how is he looking? Is he, because he already knows what the first 10, 15 plays are going to be right this second. But it's after that when we make adjustments, when we do those kind of things where does he get the play call in time? Does he get the team to the line of scrimmage? Does he get all the motions ready to go? And then, snap the ball. Is the communication there, the chemistry there? Those are really the things I'm looking for. I don't want to see, Trey Lance is like, oh, I thought he was going to run this route, but he actually ran a different route, That's not ideal. Brock Purdy, oof. I mean, I think he's done a very admirable job. I mean, he was, Mr. Irrelevant. I think he's done a very admirable job this offseason. And I think what would be good for Brock Purdy, and this is just me as a fan, but I think what would be good for him is if he can, I don't think he's going to make the 53. I just don't know if we'll keep 3 quarterbacks. But if he's on the practice squad for the first year, and then next year, because we have Sudfeld signed to a 1-year deal, it's $2 million just guaranteed. So I don't think Sudfeld is making this team for sure. But with Purdy, I'm like, what would be, I think, good for him is, hey, look, the first year you're on the practice squad, you get familiar with the coaching and the schemes and all that, and then next year he becomes like the primary backup to Trey Lance. And I think that would be a good thing for his career because, not to say that it's impossible, but I think it would be incredibly unlikely that he would be a starter anywhere. So I think ultimately what his, future in the NFL is, being, I think it's like a Colt McCoy type guy, being a, decent to good backup, maybe playing in a couple of games here and there. And, but I think his future is probably being a backup. I like him. I think he's done like a good job so far. So, we'll see. We shall see, but we are moments away. It's good to be back. Wow, the last time I was streaming a game was the NFC Championship game. Whew. A lot has happened since then. Excited to see Trey Lance. This is going to be a whole lot of fun. We are about maybe just a little bit away from the from kickoff, so I can't wait. The Niners' schedule this season, there's a lot of good games. We play the AFC West. Our division's pretty good too. It's pretty damn good. There's going to be a lot of big time games, and we're 17 days away. Just 17 days away from week 1 at Chicago. Trey Lance versus Justin Fields. Oh, I can't wait. But before all that, we got the NFL on Amazon Prime Video. I live in San Francisco, so it's just on a local channel for me. But hopefully you guys are able to watch it. If not, I really hope that you guys enjoy my coverage of the game. I try to make it as entertaining as possible. And it's gonna be a hell of a game. It's gonna be a fun time. There we go. All right. So it looks like I think we're gonna be kicking off because I saw Robbie Gould on the field. Derek Stingley Jr. Yeah, the 3rd overall pick. That was a bit of a surprise in the draft. Derek Stingley. I kind of thought Sauce Gardner would have been the first cornerback. Jordan Stubby. Welcome, guys. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for being here. Enjoy my coverage of the game. It's a pleasure to bring it to you. This is like, when it comes to, I love making the videos, and I love going on like live streams with people, and I love it all. But when it comes to my favorite thing to do with YouTube is always live streaming the games, the play-by-play reactions. Lovie Smith is the head coach. Yeah, thank you guys all for being here. Appreciate you. Kyle Shanahan. Well, really, it's been just up and down, with either we have a great year or we have nothing, or we do nothing. So here we go. Preseason, week 3. preseason week 3. 49ers, Texans. They're showing Kyle Shanahan, who's got that nice new cap. And there's been a little bit of controversy about the caps that he's allowed to wear. I know the big company recently, is it Residency? Stubby! Thank you, man, for subscribing. I appreciate you. We're going to update. Sorry if you hear a whole bunch of sirens. I live in downtown San Francisco. And you can definitely hear those sirens. So it gets a little fun around here sometimes. Oh, so actually the Niners are going to be getting the ball. So I'm going to move the football there. Ray McLeod is back there to receive. The kick is away. Preseason week 3 action. Ray McLeod fields it at the 1. He's taking it upfield. Going to get to about, just the 19-yard line. 19-yard line for Ray McLeod. Trey Lance is coming on the field. George Kittle is out there. Deebo Samuel is out there. Trey freaking Lance. Oh, appreciate everyone for being here. Don't forget to drop a little like on the stream. Jalen Moore is out there. Banks is out there. Brendel, Burford, and McKivitz is the starting offensive line. Jalen Moore at left tackle. Trey Lance behind center. I formation. Ayuk, Debo, Juszczyk. Jeff Wilson's going to get the handoff. He trips a little bit, but stays on his feet. Gets back. Maybe. He fights forward for about a 2-yard gain. Initially, the handoff from Trey Lance to Jeff Wilson. Wilson stumbled a little bit, but kept his feet. Got a 2-yard gain as opposed to possibly losing a few yards. But yeah, in terms of like the weapons, the starters are out there. And you have to think that with McGlinchey's health in question, this could be 4/5 of the starting offensive line come week 1. 2nd and 8, Trey Lance behind center. 3 receivers. Juszczyk is up there as a receiver. They fake the handoff to Wilson. Trey Lance is in a bit of trouble. Throws it wide open is Juszczyk. Juszczyk first down. Kyle Juszczyk. What a great play. A little play action bootleg from Trey Lance. They really had to respect Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuel out there and George Kittle too, or was Kittle kept in the block? It looked like a fake. It looked like a run. Faked the handoff to Jeff Wilson. Kittle was out there. Trey Lance sees, Kyle Juszczyk wide open. First down, 49ers. Oh, Stubby, you're going to be ahead, but my reactions are live to what's actually happening, so you can't spoil it for me. Fakes the handoff. Trey Lance in a little bit of trouble, being chased out of the pocket. Trey Lance is going to throw it. It gets deflected. So Trey Lance, there was another play action right there. Ooh, Christian, it's good to see you too, buddy. Yeah, I'm only, just so you guys know, I'm just doing the first half. By the end of the first half, I actually have a couple of other things got to do tonight, actually going to a concert. But I'm just doing the first half, and I just wanted to get back in the mode of like streaming the live game. But now it's 2nd down and 10 for the Niners at our own 35-yard line. Trey Lance and shotgun back to his right. Jawan Jennings is out there, as is Charlie Warner. Gives the handoff to Jeff Wilson Jr. Jeff Wilson Jr. plows through for about 8 yards. A nice pickup on 2nd down. That's going to make it 3rd and 2. We'll be at our own 43-yard line. Nice run by Jeff Wilson Jr. right up the middle. Decent blocking on that one. But a nice physical run there. Nice physical run by Jeff Wilson Jr. right up the middle. So good to see that the offensive line's making some gaps right there. Now it's going to be 4 wide receivers. Trey Lance and shotgun back to his left. Snap is away. They're bringing a bit of pressure. Trey Lance is throwing it deep. Oh, looking for Deebo Samuel deep. It is incomplete. There was a little bit of it was a close call right there. But 4th and 2, the Niners are going to punt it. We're at our own 43, I think. I mean, I've seen yeah. Well, yeah, that's actually a great play. I think that's a great no call too. I don't think that's not pass interference. So and I hope the refs call it this way through the course of the entire season. But you're seeing this offense. This offense is going to be whoa! Wow, did he call a fair catch? Malik Turner wow, he just laid a huge hit on the Houston Texans return man. Hoo-wee. Ashton, this will essentially be week 1 starting offense. I think that was a helmet to helmet. Holy smokes, Malik Turner just crushed that guy. The only difference, of course, will be that Trent Williams will be in there at left tackle. Beyond that, I think this is our starting offense. Ayuk, Debo, Kittle, Juszczyk. Oh, and also Elijah Mitchell, actually. I forgot Elijah Mitchell will most likely be out there too. Jay in the Bay, what's good? Good to see you, bud. Glad you're here, man. Yeah, that was actually helmet to helmet. For sure it was helmet to helmet. I got to get back into my, there we go, move the football. It was helmet to helmet, but hey, they didn't call it, so, But Malik Turner just crushed that guy. It was great. I was talking physical. There you go. But, first drive, obviously mixed thing. I think, back where when it was a Garoppolo, that 3rd and 2, we were definitely running the football or a very quick short pass. But I like that we're testing the defense, and this again preseason, so we're just doing our thing. But yeah, this is man, it's great to see just the starters out there too. I think Trey Lance probably could have put a little bit more on that pass, just to give Debo so he could because I think Debo had a step on the defensive back, but overall, it is what it is. But it's great to see when just testing defense deep, because we didn't really see we didn't see too much of that before, with who with Garoppolo. So, but hey, the Texans are pinned deep in their own part of the field, and we'll see what the defense got. I'm actually curious to see which of the defensive players are going to be out there. It wasn't a bad pass. Excellent coverage. Yep, excellent coverage. Absolutely. And that was definitely not pass interference, and I think that Nelson, I think it was for Houston, played that as well as you could. Just great play by him. Yeah, Malik Turner there. And Malik Turner is potentially carving out a role here for himself to make the roster on special teams. But this was absolutely helmet to helmet. You see, boof, jeepers, that was just head-on collision with Desmond King, the Iowa guy. And Desmond King is just like, what the hell? How is that not a flag? Yeah, Desmond King is definitely shaken up a little bit. But, look, it's our first look today at the defense. I'm not even sure who's out there because I don't have the volume on. All right. So, Davis Mills behind center, 2 wide receivers, 2 tight ends, and a single back. Snap is away. Davis Mills looking to throw. Davis Mills gets sacked! He gets sacked by Samson Ebukam. Samson Ebukam with the sack. Charles Omenihu, the former Texan, was right there as well. Now, this is the guy, Ebukam. He might be the absolute breakout star player. He played so well down the stretch for the 49ers last year. And I think he's a guy who could easily have double-digit sacks. So he's going to hand it off. Niners get the tackle in. George Odom is there. On the tackle, back to the original line of scrimmage. Hufanga in on the tackle as well. We have Sammy Womack out there too. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 10 for the Houston Texans. 3rd and 10. Niners going to bring, I'm sure the Niners going to try. Maybe drop 7 into coverage. See if they can get pressure. Drake Jackson's out there. Ebukam's out there. We got Omenihu inside. I think it's maybe Kevin Givens out there. Yeah, Kevin. Oh, he's got all day back there. And it's going to be a first. I think it's a 1st down. There is a flag on the play. I'm not sure what the flag is going to be, but Davis Mills is indicating that it's against the 49ers. Personal foul. Roughing the passer. It looked like he was going low. I think it was maybe Ebukam. Omenihu. Charles Omenihu roughing the passer. Omenihu went low. And that's dangerous right there, Omenihu. Yeah, but the pass rush. So Drake Jackson just got completely flushed out of that play. Yeah, that was a rough play right there from. It might not have been a first down either. It was real close. But it is now a first down and then 15 yards. So the Texans are suddenly going to be up, about their, 30, 40-yard line? They're at their own 40-yard line. Davis Mills behind center. He's going to hand it off in the I formation. Wow, that's some powerful running right there from number 31. Linebackers getting pushed back. That's Dameon Pierce, the rookie running back, I think from Alabama, if I'm not mistaken. So it's going to be second down and short, maybe second and 1, but that was some nice push. We had Givens and Ridgeway out there in the inside. And yeah, just guys getting pushed back. I mean, we still none of our starting linebackers are out there. So Davis Mills behind center. He's throwing it deep. He has a step. Oh, Conley, the wide receiver, just completely lost the ball in the air. Sammy Womack on the coverage. It looked like Conley did have a step on him. Not a bad throw either, but I just think Conley couldn't locate the ball. But yeah, Womack right there on the coverage. Decent coverage. A little bit of hand fighting, but nothing, definitely no flags or anything. It's 3rd and 1 now at their own. Well, it's around midfield. Right around midfield. So they're in potential 4-down territory, but first off, it's 3rd and short. He's going to get the first down. He's busting through, guys. Dameon Pierce, wow. Gets down to the 49ers, about the 40-yard line of San Francisco. One of the underrated things which hasn't, been talked about a lot is through the first 2 games, we have a lot of penalties. And we're continuing that trend today with that. There was the roughing the passer, which was, deserved against Charles Omenihu, but also Malik Turner could have been called for a helmet-to-helmet. But just great blocking there from Houston. Talanoa Hufanga gets completely knocked out of the play. 1st and 10 Texans at the Niners 39. Run it again, and about a 7-yard gain there for Dameon Pierce. So they are getting some good blocks. They're really just churning out the yards. That's a big thing for any team. If you can get just good positive yards on first down, that's just so key. Because now when it's 2nd and 3, Florida, my bad. Dameon Pierce played for Florida, not Alabama. But yeah, it just opens up so much of the offense. 2nd and 3, Davis Mills behind center at the Niners 32-yard line. Niners looking to bring pressure. Diamador Lenore gets there, and it's going to be about only a pickup of 1. Diamador Lenore on the nickel blitz came right in there, and it's going to be 3rd and 1, maybe 3rd and 2, I would say. 3rd and a long one or 3rd and 2 for the Texans. Is there potentially someone on the ground? I see Demetrius Flanagan-Foles walking off without his helmet on. Pep Hamilton, the offensive coordinator for the Texans, I believe Pep used to be with the Colts, if I'm not mistaken. He was a coach with the Colts a number of years ago. They're calling it 3rd and 1. It's going to be at the 49ers 31-yard line or so. Defense needs to tighten up here. John Reed, bang, bang, Niner gang. Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. So it's number 59 who's hurt for the 49ers. Robinson. It's Robinson who's hurt. Looks like maybe just got the wind knocked out of him. He's walking off under his own power, so, you never want to see anybody getting hurt. That's the worst thing that can happen. D'Amico Ryans, the defensive coordinator, the former Houston Texans, former 2nd-round pick of the Houston Texans back in the day. So he's very familiar with playing in this stadium. It's going to be 3rd and 1 at the Niners' 30-yard line. Davis Mills behind center. You got 2 tight ends and an extra lineman out there. They're going to hand it off. Can the defense... first down. First down, Texans. Dameon Pierce tackled by Kerry Hyder. We have Givens out there. Givens is just getting flushed out. Yeah, the run defense at the moment is leaving some stuff to be desired. and they're just making it happen. The Texans are great blocking up front. Damian Pierce, where he's just hitting the holes and getting it, making it happen. We have Ridgeway and Givens out there. Now Davis Mills in shotgun throwing a quick pass wide open. Number 15, and he's breaking a tackle. Wow, good play there by Moore from the Texans. It's now 1st and goal. 1st and goal for the Houston Texans. I couldn't really see who missed the tackle right there. So it looked like it was Tariq Castro-Fields and Diamador Lenore who got there. It seemed like they Lenore came on a blitz. It was George Odom who missed the tackle. Yikes. Yeah, which is crazy that even just one penalty can do that. Now it's 1st and goal at the 6-yard line. Davis Mills in shotgun, throwing it, lobbing it to the end zone, and it's they're calling a flag on Sammy Womack. It's going to be defensive pass interference. Now it was definitely very physical there. We'll say that. And I'll have to get a look at the replay. I mean, it was Conley in the end zone. That was the one thing with Sammy Womack coming out of Toledo where he was penalized a lot there. Oh, sorry, it was Nico Collins. So Nico Collins, Womack is, he's got his hand on him. Not making it easy, so that's good. Beyond that, it was great. So it's 1st and goal now for the Texans at the 1-yard line. Davis Mills is going to hand it off, and it's going to be a touchdown, Texans. Touchdown, Texans. That was just a dominant drive. Hats off to him. Yeah, a little too much jersey pulling, but, I think... the defense just got the life sucked out of it right away. But it's weird because the offense basically all of our starters were out there with the exception of Trent Williams. But on defense, the only starter that I'm seeing out there, the extra point is up and it is good. But for the defense, I think the only starter out there is actually Hufanga. I don't think there's anyone else out there. We don't have any of our linebackers out there. None of our starting linebackers. We don't have Armstead out there. We don't have Kinlaw out there. We don't have Bosa out there. Ebukam got in a little play who I think will ultimately be a starter, depending on who we're playing. So, yeah, and we don't have Charvarius Ward out there. We don't have Emmanuel Mosley out there. So, Smoke, what's good, man? How you doing? Good to see you here. Christian, so Shifty, do you think the Niners start the season fast like it's tough. It's a really good question. The butt counts. Ambry Thomas, what a guy. Speaking of which, I haven't heard too much of Ambry Thomas lately, but that's a tough question. I think that we should start. For me, if we're not 2-0 to start the season, then I would be pretty disappointed. We have the Chicago Bears and we have the Seattle Seahawks. So I think we should win both of those games. Now, ideally, after week 4, I would like the team to be 3-1. And I think that's somewhat realistic. But if we can be 3-1, because week 3 we play at Denver, and then week 4 we have the Rams. So and then the schedule starts. But then after that, so the schedule I think worked out great for the 49ers. Because think of it this way, right? So yeah, first week we're at Chicago, then we're home against the Seahawks. Then we have a Sunday night game against Denver. And a flight to Denver, it's no big deal. It's maybe a 2-hour flight to Denver. Then we're back home. But then we play at Carolina, we play at Atlanta. After those 2 games, after week 6, the only other times that we're away are going to be Las Vegas, Seattle, LA, Arizona. And the Arizona one's actually in Mexico City. And then I'm trying to think who else. I think that's, I mean, everywhere else, like we don't have to travel far. Normally the Niners, it's like you got to go to the East Coast multiple times. You got to do this, you got to do that. And what we'll do probably week 5, we're going to play at Carolina. We'll probably stay on the East Coast. Then we'll play Atlanta. And then after that, once we come back home, almost like most of the games are going to be in California or Mexico City, which I think will most likely be a 49er home game, if anything. And then like Vegas. So like there's just, the travel is really light for the 49ers this year. And plus with the 17 game season, we have 9 of our games are at home, potentially 10. Oh, Ray McLeod almost fumbled the ball. He's got the return up to the 20. Ray McLeod gets up to about the 22, 23 yard line. But you could argue that the Niners have maybe 10 home games with the Mexico City one, where I think they're probably going to be more 49er fans than Cardinal fans. And then, of course, when we play the Rams, that's also a home game down there. So Niners' second drive of the game. So the Texans, they put on a clinic right there running the football. I think the defense started out pretty strong. So it's already 1st and 10. Trey Lance faking the handoff. Trey Lance gonna get sacked. Oof. Just nothing open. Number 69, Hinish for the Houston Texans. That's a big loss. Big loss on 1st down. That's probably going to be about 2nd and 16, 2nd and 17, I would say. Fakes the handoff to Jeff Wilson Jr. Clearly nobody got open. Nowhere to go with the football. Pressure got in there relatively quickly. So it's going to be, all right, Al Michaels. So it's 2nd and 17. Trey Lance and shotgun. No backs there. Trey Lance looking for a quick throw looking for Kittle. Just threw it a little too far ahead of George Kittle. Kittle had the outstretched arms and could not reel it in. So it's going to be 3rd and 17. So this is not ideal, I'll be curious to see what they do here, because what they were obviously looking for there was maybe you pick up like 8-9 yards on 2nd and 17, make it a manageable play. Now it's 4 wide receivers. Trey Lance back in the backfield. Trey Lance under pressure. He's going to he gets about a yard, but essentially got sacked. Jerry Hughes, I believe that was. An ugly, ugly second drive. There is a flag on the play, so we'll see what the flag is. If it's against the Texans, then it could potentially be a 49er 1st down. We'll see what the flag is. I don't like getting 1st downs from flags, but hey, I'll take it. I think Trey was kind of, Stubby, you're right. But I think Trey was, it's against the defense. So that's going to be an automatic 1st down. So the Niners do keep the ball. And that was against Nelson, the guy who had great coverage on Debo earlier. I kind of want to see this. But I think on that 3rd down, Stubby, that it went down to Trey was like I think Trey wanted to run. And I think that if it was a regular season game, he probably would have. But then he was like, do I run? Do I dump it off? And then that indecisiveness. I mean, wait, what's the flag against 21? I don't know what that flag was. I mean, we got bailed out, but 1st and 10 Niners. Trey Lance and shotgun. They're going to hand it off to Jeff Wilson. Wilson just, man, I just love how Jeff Wilson plays. That's about a 6 or 7 yard gain on 1st down. But we got bailed out there. I don't know. I couldn't hear. I don't have the audio on, but I don't know what they called. Like, what did they... I mean, turn on closed captioning. But I don't even know what was the penalty. Did they maybe get the number mixed up or something? Or 2nd and 4, Niners. Trey Lance and shotgun. No backs in the backfield. Now we have in motion. A little dump off to Jawan Jennings. Jawan, you got to get upfield. That's a pickup of about 1. It looked like it was Trey Sermon who was out there, I think, when in motion. Illegal contact. I don't know about that. Yeah, I mean, I'll take it, but it's, I don't know. 3rd and 3, 49ers. We're at our own 29-yard line. A lot of shotgun. Jeff Wilson back there. George Kittle in motion. Ayuk and Jennings down low. Debo and Kittle up top. Snap is away. Jalen Moore getting beat real quick. Dumps it off to Jeff Wilson, who's going to be about a yard short of the first down marker. So it's 4th down. Jalen Moore got beat real bad right there. Oof. So the Niners now are going to have to punt it away. Yeah, just the blocking. I'm a little worried. But what I'm interested, there's so much. Wishnowski with the punt. Did he shank it a little bit? No, he didn't. Okay, so they fielded at the 15. Good tackle there on special teams by Kadar Holman. So it's 7-0 Texans. This will be their second drive of the game coming up. But, yeah, the offenses looked shaky. But I'm just surprised there's so much shotgun and empty backfield. I mean, look, it's the preseason. So, look, yeah, we know that it doesn't matter really what happens with regards to, like, the outcome of the game. But still a little bit interesting, you know. I do think a guy like Trent Williams out there just makes such a huge difference because, especially on that play right there, Jalen Moore got beat pretty bad. But I'm going to be really curious when I go and watch this, you know, watch this back and to see just like with the offensive line. I really do need to get that all 22 as well. See, the all 22 just reveals everything. But, yeah, so far, I mean, look, obviously, pretty shaky start. Not the best start, you know. And, yeah, really just surprised with, you know, what the plays that they're running. A lot of shotgun, empty backfield. Very interesting to me. Now, here's what I want to see. I definitely want to see the defense play with a little bit more intensity here. We know it's preseason, but some of these guys are playing for roster spots. So, and look, we have maybe one, maybe two starters on defense out there, so a little bit different, you know. And I think the Texans have pretty much all of their starters, are, as far as I know, a lot of their starters out there on offense. So it's not an apples to apples thing, but really, you know, I do want to see the defense get a bit of a stop here. Yeah, I can see Titus Howard, AJ Cann. Quisenberry, yeah, I liked him coming out of, was it UCLA, I think? Yeah, but they're highlighting it here that like just these guys are like, you know, 3-4 yards downfield. Like they're getting great push are the Texans offensive line. So, you know, good for them. Yeah, I think you're right too, Christian. And, you know, it's, of course, you know, can't overreact. It's preseason. At the end of the day, I don't even remember the scores of the preseason games of last year. And we went to the NFC Championship game. I guess, is that Laramie Tunsil who's not out there? But yeah, so ultimately, Texans have the football now at their own 24-yard line. Davis Mills behind center. Snap is away. He's going to fake the handoff. Omenahu looks like he got dragged a little bit. They get a quick pass to, I think it's Brevin Jordan. He picks up about 4 yards. A little play action. Reminds me of a play that the 49ers run a lot with George Kittle. Titus Howard. Oh yeah, they drafted Kenyon Green. That's it. Yeah, in the first round. So that's the Texans have a decent offensive line. 2nd and 5, handoff to number 28. He gets stood up, gets about 2 yards though. So it's going to be 3rd and 3. Much better. Akeem Spence in there helping to anchor that defensive line. That's the one thing which we saw right there that we didn't see on the first drive, is that like they were able to not get just completely flushed out and pushed downfield. So really solid job there by the 49ers defensive line. Can we get off the field? We got to get off the field here. 3rd and 3. We got Givens out there, Flanagan, Foles, Omenahu. is that Ebukam is out there. Drake Jackson's out there. Snap is away. Quick pass. Oh, great play by Tariq Castro Fields. Incomplete pass. 4th and 3. Defense gets off the field. Tariq Castro Fields played it really well there. Another one of these rookies out of Penn State. So he was against Nico Collins. Gets his hands right. Perfect play. Great. Yeah, got his hands right where he needed to get them. 4th and 3. Texans will be punting it. Nice stop defense. And see, that's the defense. That's how you respond, right? Offense is struggling a little bit. Cool. And then Ray McLeod with the fair catch at the 12-yard line or so. Trey Lance will be coming back out again. I think they're going to try and get him. I think they said maybe almost the entire first half. But that's how you help out your offense. You get the 3 and out. And the big thing was, on first down, you play that play action pretty well. Second down, you anchored that defensive line. You anchored the line. Akeem Spence did a great job there holding it. Basically, and that's what guys like Javon Kinlaw. That's why we have a guy like Javon Kinlaw to do those things. Oh, Christian, I think Lance is going to go maybe, they said maybe the entire first half, so we'll see. But that's what we have Javon Kinlaw for. Javon Kinlaw is the guy where he's just going to anchor. When the guard and the center try and it's like he's going to be like, nope, I'm not going anywhere. And then you have like Armstead there. Then we don't even see our linebackers. And we have the best linebacking group in the NFL. We're not seeing Warner out there. We're not seeing, Azeez Al-Shire. We're not seeing Dre Greenlaw. But I'd like to see this offense just get a little bit of rhythm going. I think that what we'll see now from Shanahan is we'll get back to our more behind center, play action, run out of the I formation, get Juszczyk involved. Yeah, I think you're right, Stubby. I think we're gonna see him. We're gonna see a number more drives. There's no way that Kyle Shanahan could leave it right now. All right. Shanahan. I love that guy. Love me some Kyle Shanahan. But, so the Niners ball at our own 12-yard line. Can we get a nice long drive going? That's what I want to see. A nice long sustained drive. Let's see that blocking improve a little bit. If I don't know how long the other starters, I don't know how long we're going to see Debo and Kittle and Ayuk out there. But we have to get those guys involved. We have the weapons. We got to get them involved. Get the ball in the hands of your playmakers. So it is Werner out there. It's Ray McLeod, and I think that's Danny Gray up top. Or Malik Turner. So they're going to hand the ball off to Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon gets about 3-4 yards. There is a flag on the play. This is typically in the realm of offensive holding, however. So that's not ideal. And I think the Niners are already backing off. Holding, offense. So, and this is just, you can't do that. You can't do, Spencer Burford. Let's see the call. Yeah, he definitely is holding him. I can't argue it. It's a hold. It is a hold. So I think that's going to be 1st and 16 instead of 2nd and 8. Whew. And this is where frustration, I'm sure, can kick in sometimes, where you just all these flags. Trey Lance and shotgun, 2 receivers up top. They're going to fake the throw. They're going to hand it to Sermon. Sermon's going to get some nice yards. Wow, Sermon with a pickup of about 13, maybe 12, 11, 12 yards on first down, which now makes it 2nd and 5. So overall, it actually worked out a little bit better for the 49ers. Instead of 2nd and 6, it's now going to be 2nd and 4. So what are the odds that Trey Sermon, he needs to have a big game? I wouldn't be surprised if they are even auditioning Trey Sermon for potentially being traded. So we'll see what happens. 2nd and 4. Trey Lance behind center. I formation. I think that's Dwelly in the backfield. Sermon back there. It is Dwelly. Fakes the handoff. Throws it. Caught by Malik Turner. Malik Turner first down. 49ers up to about the 32-yard line. Malik Turner really trying to make a case to get on this roster. He really wants to get on this roster. I mean, of course he does. But, it's one of those things where he's on special teams. He's made plays. Good blocking up front. Jake Brendel did a solid job right there. Trey Lance behind center. I formation. Werner in motion. Dwelly as the fullback. So all the other starters are out of the game. Fakes the handoff. He's going to throw it over. Lobs it to Ross Dwelly. Ross Dwelly moves upfield. Gets about 8 yards on first down. So it's going to be 2nd and 2 for the 49ers. A little play action. Just flip the ball over to Dwelly. That's just Kyle Shanahan 101. Let's see how the blocking looks here. Because you have McKivitz out there. Yeah, they sell it really well. They sold the fake really well. So, and that's where a guy like Ross Dwelly, he has value where he might make it over other guys because he's versatile. Trey Lance and shotgun back to his right. They're going to hand it off to Trey Sermon. Gets the first down up to our own 45-yard line. That is going to most likely do it for the first quarter. So we're just going to preemptively pop it for the second quarter. Yeah, they're just going to let the clock wind down. But yeah, the offense is getting a little bit of a rhythm going. This is what you want to see. Now remember, Kittle, Ayuk, Debo, I'm assuming they're done for the day because they are not out there. But I did like the nice throw from Trey Lance to Malik Turner. Hits Ross Dwelly. Pretty solid. The running game, though, the run blocking is definitely improved. So you have to love to see that. Because that's the staple of any Kyle Shanahan offense. You have to have a running game that threatens the defense. So that way when you do those fake handoffs, the defense commits to the run, and then you can hit them deep. Yeah, Lance is settling in. I honestly, with Trey Lance, and this is way too soon to say, but I wonder if he's just a guy who needs a drive or two to get ready, Sometimes, like we saw it against the preseason game against Green Bay, where it was like the first drive, a little bit slow, a little bit off on a couple of passes. But then the second drive, of course, he bounces back and then looks great. But I wonder if that's just, maybe he just needs to get into the game a little bit. But a much more positive drive we have going here. And so it comes down to being able to run the football. And this is just football 101 basics. You can run the football, decent positive yards on first down. Although on first down we did get a holding penalty, which we were at 1st and 16. But hey, on that first down, Trey Sermon then runs for a 12-yard pickup. So it's if you can do well on first down, then it just opens up everything else for you. Such a key. A part of me, in somewhat like selfish reasons, I'm like, I wish Debo and Ayuk and Kittle were out there, but then it's like, look, preseason. It's preseason. I'm so excited for week 1 at Chicago. I cannot wait. That's going to be so much fun. Yeah, I agree with that too, Christian. I think this is just something that, as a young player, I'm sure like anyone gets super pumped up and excited to play, and maybe that gets to you and you overthrow the ball or whatever the case may be. But here we are, second quarter, 1st and 10 at our own 44-yard line. Trey Lance behind. Oh, he's going to get a free play here. He's going to get sacked, but it was definitely offside on the defense. So it's now going to move to a 1st and 5. The Texans were absolutely offside. And that's the thing, I mean, this is a little bit different because they're coming off like the the end of the quarter. But, you know, it's one of those things that you get to the line of scrimmage quickly. You know, you get the play call in, and then you can do those, you know, hard counts, things like that. And you never know. You get a 1st and 5. So really, really good to see. All right, so Trey Lance behind center. He's looking to throw. Good blocking. Throws it out to Werner, who breaks a tackle and gets right near to a first down. I think he did stand out here. I think he went out of bounds, so they're going to call it 2nd and 2 maybe. Forgive the sirens out there. This is the benefits of living in downtown San Francisco. 2nd and 1. 2 and 2 wouldn't be horrible either, but I would be really hoping for 3 and 1. Trey Lance behind center. I formation. Dwelly's there. Trey Sermon. They're going to hand it off to Trey Sermon. You got to get north and south, bud. He lost a yard, I would say, so it's going to be 3rd and 2. Now, we're absolutely in a spot on the field where we would go for it on 4th down. So, and this is preseason. This gives you a chance to run these kind of plays. There is Trent Williams. Wow, I'm sure that necklace cost a fair amount of money. Trent Williams, I can't wait for him to week 1, ready to go. He is the man. So it's going to be 3rd and 2 now for the 49ers. We're in Texans territory. We are at the Texans 45, I want to say, about there. Texans 46-yard line. Lance behind center. Sermon in the backfield. They are going to hand off to Sermon again. Sermon busts through and gets the first down. Pickup of about 4, maybe 5 yards on 3rd and 2. Or they called it 3rd and 1. So pretty darn good. Nice run there from Sermon. And that's what he needs to be showing. He needs to show that just ability to get north and south. Decent blocking. Aaron Banks did a good job. He just crushed that guy, did Aaron Banks. Burford also had his guy pushed back a number of yards down the field. Jake Brendel downfield too. So 1st and 10 at the Texans 43. Trey Lance behind center. Off-I formation. Flips it up to Sermon. Got Dwelly to block. Jalen Moore too. Sermon gets decent yardage on 1st down. Well, maybe about 3. We'll call it 3 yards. Sermon is running fairly well. He just doesn't have that like breakaway speed or, you know, the elusiveness as other guys that we've had. The closed captioning is a little weird here with what it said. But 2nd and 7. Trey Lance behind center. Dwelly in motion. Sermon in the backfield. Dwelly, now they move to an I formation. They are going to fake the handoff to Sermon. Sermon, you got to get that block. Ooh, and then Lance got hit. He was looking to throw it deep. But Sermon, I don't know what the hell block that was, but it wasn't a block, that's for damn sure. And that is something that's going to drive Kyle Shanahan bananas. Now, Jalen Moore got beat, so you could maybe argue that's even worse on Moore. Probably is. But one of those guys has got to get a block on there. Yeah, wow, Jalen Moore. And then Sermon, they were just like, ugh. That's the veteran Jerry Hughes. Yeah, not great. Not great blocking there. Jalen Moore or Trey Sermon. You know, one of them just, if you even got like a little bit more on it. And now that forces the 49ers to call a timeout. Shanahan discussing with the officials. It's going to be 3rd and 7, but if he even gets a little bit of a block on there, yeah, Lance was looking to go deep. And then just, are they saying it? No, it's not helmet to helmet. I mean, that was a clean hit by Jerry Hughes. He didn't even really hit Trey Lance. He just kind of like got his arm a little bit, but Sermon is not going to make. It's funny how it's like, and this is where it's tricky. Where I'm like, these are the things that really all add up, and you could argue, hey, was it that on Jalen Moore, or Sermon, and I'm going to say it was on both of them. But 3rd and 7, can they make up for it? Trey Lance and shotgun, back to his left, Sermon. They're bringing pressure. He's got to get rid of it fast. Dumps it off to Sermon. Sermon's going to gets up to about the 35-yard line. Where are they going to call it? It's going to be 4th down, and the Niners are in territory to go for it. I'm not sure where they're calling him down. Trey Sermon, decent little route there. That's like a Jermichael Hasty route, though. But he actually stayed on his feet. He did get down to the 35. So it's 4th and 2. The Niners are going for it. Why not? It's preseason. Trey Lance and shotgun. He's going to hand it off. Oh, Sermon. Jeepers. Oh, not good. And I hate to say it, but that is going to stick with Trey Sermon for a while. And the blocking was not good. There was guys in the backfield immediately. But you just got to get up. Oof. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's... Oof. But I mean, as much as... I'm not a fan of the play call there on 4th and 2. I'd rather try some other play. But, it's preseason, so... I'm going to keep saying that, by the way. It's only preseason. It's only preseason. But ultimately, with and it's a shame, but those back-to-back plays, that might be rough on Trey Sermon's odds of getting on the roster, because Jalen Moore and I like the call to go for it too. I mean, yeah, I think even if this was a regular season game, whatever the case may be. I mean, of course, I trust Robbie to hit that, field goal from there. But especially in a preseason game, but even in a regular season game, I would be absolutely okay with going for it. Just not that play call. Oh, I mean, yeah, I think Christian, he could definitely make the practice squad. But just the odds are not looking great for him with regards to the 53-man roster. I mean, he's had a couple of nice runs. Let's not... All right, free dub. What's happening, buddy? But, I think Sermon's had a couple of nice runs today, but those back-to-back plays are just that's what's going to stick. Unless he can come up with something big before the half is over, I think that's what's going to stick with people. And don't know if I'd completely argue with him, but let's see what happens here. It looks like... Aaron Banks. I mean, Banks got beat as well. So, as much as I want to be like, hey, Sermon, I mean, it's one of those things where Banks got beat just so quickly. That guy was in the backfield like that, Then you can't really, what can you do? And the play call was to go, bam, right up the middle. And if you have a guy right in your face, as soon as you get the ball, what do you do? So... what do you do? Yeah, that guy's pretty good. Number 69 from the Texans, Hinish. So, Texans back on the field. Mills behind center. He's under some pressure. He's going to get sacked. Oh, and he fumbled it, but he came. I think he was already down. I think he was already down, but Ebukam was back there again. Samson Ebukam, I'm telling you guys, this could be a special big-time year for Samson Ebukam if he stays healthy. And he's one of those guys, but that's his thing. He stays healthy, but man, I could see him having double-digit sacks pretty easily. I wouldn't be surprised. 2nd and 11. Davis Mills behind center, back in the backfield. Davis Mills looking, throwing it. Ooh, and he dropped it. Brevin Jordan dropped it. He was wide open, was Brevin Jordan, but he dropped it. So it's going to be 3rd and 11. 3rd and 11. Now, this is actually, to me, this is a big deal. Because last season, I remember doing a lot of the streams where when it was 3rd and long, we struggled big time. Down the stretch, we definitely got better. But the first 9-10 games of the year, we struggled a lot on third and long. So we need to... if we can get some pressure here, Ebukam is there, Elmenahu, Givens. Let's see, Davis Mills and shotgun back to his right. 3 wide receivers. Tight end, he's under pressure. Gets it off, dumps it off. Ebukam right there, misses the tackle, but the defense is just, everyone just gets there real quick. Only a pickup of about 3, so that's going to be 4th and 8. So the Niners will get the ball back very quickly. So positives, after giving up the very, very long drive initially, 2 3-and-outs by the defense. Yeah, Sermon didn't have much room to work immediately. Yeah, 2 guys. I mean, I don't care. The only person who could have gotten out of that is Barry Sanders from that 4th and 2 play. He was the 3rd round pick. He better, yeah. I mean, I think, I mean, I don't know if anyone's gonna. I just don't think he'll make the 53-man roster. Is all. So Ray McLeod on the return gets it at the 11-yard line, and Ray McLeod gets up to about the 17-yard line. There is a flag on the play, and this 99 times out of 100 is going to be push in the back or something against the return team. So I wouldn't be surprised if we end up getting the ball way inside our own 10-yard line. Trey Lance might be a late hit out of bounds, they're saying, but I don't know. Trey Lance does not have his helmet on, so it's potentially blocking the back, yeah, against the return team. First down 49ers, but they're saying it on Diamador Lenore. But I don't know if it's going to be Trey Lance going back out there. Maybe. We'll see. We shall see. Yeah, I'm a little bit... so the offense, but, there's so many things where it's like, we don't have the best left tackle in football. We don't have the best offensive weapon out there in Debo. We didn't even target... I mean, we targeted Debo once, but, this is not the offense that we're going to see in the regular season. That's for sure. Now, the blocking, though, is gotta... I mean, it's got to be better. Aaron Banks on that 4th and 2 got beat right away. We've seen other guys get beat very quickly. So Jalen Moore, and that's... Oof. But it'd be cool now just to see the offense get something going a little bit. Come on, I want to see Danny Gray get the ball. You got to get the ball in the hands of your weapons. But it's good. What I really love seeing, though, is the defense has obviously picked it up. The last 2 drives, 3-and-outs. So you really can't argue with that kind of, you can't argue with that at all. Ebukam, I think, he's going to be big this year. I really can't wait to see like Charvarius Ward and Emmanuel Mosley because, wow, those guys by all accounts in practice are looking great. So the Texans have their number 3 overall pick, Derek Stingley Jr. out there from LSU. Yeah, Derek Stingley. He had a great, I think it was rookie year at LSU, and then he kind of tailed off a bit. I don't think he played because of COVID, if I'm not mistaken. But we'll see. We'll see how Derek Stingley looks, out there. I was a little bit surprised that he went number 3 overall. But I would have probably, if they were going to go cornerback, I kind of like Sauce Gardner a little bit more. But we'll see. We'll see how his career pans out. So the Niners offense is out there. Who is out there at quarterback? That's what I want to see. All right. We see Derek Stingley. Good job. It is Nate Sudfeld who's out there now. It is Sudfeld. Sermon and Dwelly in the backfield. They're going to flip it to Sermon. Sermon bounces outside and ends up getting about 4 yards on first down. Also, we're seeing a number of backups out there. So that's it for Trey Lance. That's it for Trey Lance for the preseason. I think the next 17 days are going to be really, really long because all we're going to hear about is how the offense didn't score. Decent gain there by Trey Sermon on first down at 2nd and 6. Sudfeld behind center. Sermon in the backfield. Danny Gray in motion. Hands it off to Sermon, and Sermon's going to lose about 5 or 6 yards. Jeepers. Number 69. That guy is just a menace. Hinish. Who is this guy? Unbelievable. That guy has just been phenomenal. Because you got Burford right there. Burford, and then... Oh, yeah. That who's the backup center there? Strickland? Jesus, yeah, that was brutal. Sutherland. Sutherland is just got... Wow. This has been happening too much. It's 3rd and 10 now. Sudfeld in shotgun. 5 wide receivers. Sudfeld throws it. Caught by Tyler Croft. Tyler Croft fighting, gets a first down. Tyler Croft, he was dragging Derek Stingley with him. Nice job by the veteran. Yeah, 7 for 11, 49 yards. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. Not spectacular. I think the blocking really let him down. And I think that's going to be the story, too, is just the blocking is not held up well at all. But I think we still have Banks out there and Burford out there. Now, Sudfeld behind center. We now have Jordan Mason in the backfield. He fakes the handoff to Mason, and then he's there. Oh, nice little run there by Ray McLeod. So Nate Sudfeld hits Ray, gets a first down, actually. Wow. First down, Sudfeld to Ray McLeod. Ray looks good with the ball in his hands. Moving the football now. Nate Sudfeld in shotgun, no backs. Jordan Mason goes out wide. Danny Gray and Jawan in the slot. Quick pass. Oh, intercepted. Looking for Tyler Croft. Desmond King comes up with the interception. He's going to take it back down inside the 20-yard line. Oof, I don't know what Sudfeld was really looking at there. Oh, he was looking for Tyler Croft, but I don't think he had to throw it that fast. Desmond King, that guy he's a playmaker. He was looking for Tyler Croft, and Desmond King just read that like a book. Wow. And he had Jawan Jennings wide open. Jawan was wide open. Texans have the ball at the Niners' 19-yard line after the interception. They get about 3 yards on first down. Good tackle there by Barrett. Staring at his receiver the whole time. Yeah. Yep, you're absolutely right, Stubby. Nate Sudfeld telegraphed that pass, and he was not even... He saw that, and Desmond King is like a veteran guy, and he can make plays. But now we have 2nd and 7 at the 49ers' 16-yard line. Snap his way. They're going to hand it off again. Good defensive play right there. Akeem Spence, and then McCrary ball. Excellent play right there from both of those guys. Bummer about that interception, though. The offense was kind of moving the ball a little bit. But the defense has now stood up. They 3rd and 7. Hold them to a field goal. Then 10-0 game. Get a nice long drive before halftime. So 3rd and 7. Davis Mills in shotgun. Back to his left. 2 receivers up top. Snap is away. He's got decent time. He's looking for the end zone. And it's going to be intercepted by Tarvarius Moore. Intercepted. Sammy Womack with the huge play on coverage. Wow. And then Tarvarius Moore comes up with the interception. Holy moly. Womack. So it was Womack, and I'm trying to think, was it Womack and Conley who were fighting for it in the end zone, or Womack and Collins maybe? And then Samuel Womack. Wow, what a play. And then Tarvarius Moore with the great hands. D'Amico Ryans is pumped up. Great. Love to see it. There we go. Davis Mills, like, what the hell? I think he was looking for more in the end zone. And Sammy Womack just right there, just knocks it away. Ball stays up in the air. Tarvarius Moore with great skills just to turn around, catch it, kneels down. 49ers have the ball at the 20-yard line. What a heck of a play. Wow. Womack, man, that guy is just a playmaker. The ball took lucky. I mean, well, regardless, Womack is going to have a great pass breakup right there because those are really tricky for defenders. But to knock it up and Tarvarius Moore right there. Need to keep Jimmy G. Someone will need a new. I think once we have like Trent Williams out there, and I know that McGlinchey right now is a little bit banged up, but if he can be ready to go by the start of the regular season, that's really going to help out, especially on the edge. And once we get our weapons out there, we can do a lot of things too. So. But we'll see how Sudfeld bounces back. Or do we see Brock Purdy? We'll have to see how it goes. I think they probably give Sudfeld another go at it. Just so, he can maybe show that he, bouncing back from a bad play. But Womack, wow. This guy is a beast. What a beast. Like, that is so difficult. I mean, yeah, and they're showing the pass interference. And that he was definitely a little bit too physical and aggressive. Eric Wallace, how we doing, buddy? Good to see you, man. Good to have you here. But look at this for great coverage. He's right there. Gets his hands up in between. The ball's flipping around. And he just went like, bam. There we go. That's a big-time play. Can we get some of this momentum? Can we use this momentum? Oh, I'm going to do that. So after the play, they hand up Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason gets about 8 yards on first down. So guys, I know a bunch of you have been here last year. I actually have a new addition to the stream, and I just remembered. Whenever we get a turnover for the next offensive drive, we're going to be wearing the turnover chain. Let's go. Let's get it. The turnover chain. Whenever the Niners get a turnover for the following offensive drive, going to wear the turnover chain. Jordan Mason out there, 8-yard gain on first down. 2nd and 2. It is Sudfeld behind center. And they're going to hand it off to Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason breaking tackles, gets about a 4-yard gain for a first down. We got there's a flag on the play. That's like one of the things too in this game that's just been so difficult. Holding on the offense. Who did they call it on? Oh, I totally stole that. At Burford again. Burford's had a bit of a rough game. Yeah, this is... and the crazy thing? Of course, this is, the Miami Hurricanes had the turnover chain. But I actually heard that the Miami Hurricanes are actually no longer going to be doing that. So we'll see. 2nd and 12. I hope to have this chain on for a little while. Burford, his second penalty of the game. Sudfeld in shotgun. Jordan Mason to his right. 2 receivers up top. He's looking to throw. Sudfeld throws it quick. Oh, looking for Jordan Mason. Incomplete pass. I really didn't... I was kind of distracted with this, but I didn't see the hold. But, yeah, obviously 2 holding calls on Burford. Not great. Sudfeld was looking for Jordan Mason on 2nd down. Now it's going to be 3rd and 12. Brock Purdy on the sideline. He's looking like he wants to get in there. Come on, guys. Let's pick up a first down here. 4 wide receivers. Mason to his right. Well, we got 3 receivers and Tyler Croft. Blocking's holding up pretty good. Sudfeld looking down the field. Hits Tyler Croft, but it is going to be short of the first down marker. So it's going to be 4th and 2, I think. But he was looking, Croft, I mean, he rifled it in there. But, wow. I mean, decent throw, but 4th and 2. So Wisnowski is going to be punting it away. I wonder if we see a fake punt here. Preseason, you never know. No, Wisnowski punts it. Booming punt. Holy smokes. Back to the 10. And then the Texans are going to have the ball at their own 15-yard line. All right. So that's going to be the new addition for the streams. Whenever we get a turnover for the next offensive drive, we're going to wear the turnover chain. That thing is actually pretty heavy. Otherwise, I would wear it for longer. There's about 3 minutes and 24 seconds left in the second quarter. It's 1st and 10 for the Houston Texans at their own 15-yard line. A really nice punt by Wisnowski. Got pretty darn good hang time on it. So, Davis Mills behind center. Single back. He's going to hand it off. And Omenahu is right there for the TFL, tackle for loss. It's going to be 2nd and 11 for the Houston Texans. Great play. Yeah, Wisnowski's been great offseason so far. His punts have been looking a lot better, so definitely love to see that. Now they're interviewing Fred Warner on the sideline. Yeah, definitely. I mean, and there's still time for some points. I mean, depending on what happens here. But Mills in shotgun, back to his left. They are going to hand it off to the back. He's going to get a decent gain. Gets about 7 yards on 2nd down. So it's going to be about 3rd and 4. 3rd and 4 from maybe their like 21-yard line. Yeah, that's the thing with Wisnowski. Like, he would have a really good punt, and then he would shank it, and then, so if he can just get that consistency going, that can really help the field position game. So they're at their own 22-yard line. 3rd and 4, Mills behind center. You got 3 receivers, Brevin Jordan, the tight end, back. They're going to flip it up to the back. They got some space, and he's going to get the first down. He's going to get the first down. That's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Overall, with the defense, I've been incredibly happy tonight. Hopefully, they can finish out the half strong. The offense, on the other hand, has been not great. The blocking has been not great. But, yeah, I think I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see, Trey Sermon, definitely not all his fault. It's not his fault. There's a lot of bad blocking going on. But, yeah, I don't know. It's just not it's not good enough. Production ain't there, Jordan Mason immediately comes in, and it looks a lot better. I think that kind of speaks volumes. So just a reminder, guys, that at around halftime, I will be finishing up the stream. I will not be here for the second half. But we got 2 minutes left in this first half. We'll do a little recap once the half finishes up, and then I will be out for the night. Yeah, overall, it's definitely a bit of, offensively, a bummer. But the defense, after that long first drive, I am super happy with how they've performed. I think they've done a really good job. The big-time interception when, the Texans started with field position inside our own. They started in the red zone. And when you can get a turnover there, that's just awesome. 8 carries for 20 yards. Yeah, not and again, not all his fault. Some of the blocking has been atrocious. I really wouldn't be surprised if at some point during the regular season, because we know that Garoppolo's not going to be on the roster. And as soon as he's no longer on the roster, we're actually going to have like a ton of cap space. So I wouldn't totally count out a midseason trade for whether it's a guard or for a center. Probably a guard, or maybe a right tackle even. I would not be shocked if the blocking just isn't there. But yeah, you see 8 carries for 20 yards. So on the other 7 carries, he's got 8 yards, Whereas Jordan Mason immediately comes in, bam, things are happening. Texas, the Lone Star State. Be curious now. Let's see if the defense can just, finish strong. Texans 1st and 10 at their own 28. They're going to hand it off on first down, and they get a decent yardage on first down. And that's Rex Burkhead, the longtime vet. Gets about 5 yards on first down. Be 2nd and 5 at their own 33-ish. We'll see what happens with Jimmy. They're going to hand it off to Burkhead again, who gets about 2 yards on second down. So it's going to be 3rd and 3. The Niners are just going to let the clock wind down. They traded Alfredis. 3rd and 3. Hey, can the Niners defense, can we get a stop here? I know the Texans are going to be quite happy to run the clock down. Oh, Davis Mills. They're going to hand it off again. Come on, defense. I think he may have gotten it. That's close. I think they're going to give it to him. Ooh, maybe not, actually. Maybe not. I actually think he might be short. He might be short there. 4th and inches, they're calling it. What? And the Niners call a timeout. Are the Niners going to try and get the ball back? Or will the Texans try like a quarterback sneak or something to that effect? I think it looked short initially. And these, I don't know if there's, whenever they review this, it's, I guess they're going to be punting it, but the Niners have to be wary of a potential fake punt. Whenever you see, especially when it's like 4th and inches, you just never know. And in the preseason game, that's when you're going to try. That's when you're going to try something. So the Niners have to be ready for that. And they do punt it away. So let's see who's back there. Ooh. Let it go, Willie Snead. Okay, so now the Niners will have the ball. There's 57 seconds left in the half at our own 15-yard line. I wouldn't be surprised if it's Sudfeld, but do we maybe see Brock Purdy out there? Let's see if the offense can dial something up here. Even just Brock Purdy is out there for the 57-second drill. We got to get, 50-ish yards to get into field goal range. Brock Purdy. It's going to be Jermichael Hasty out there. Jawan Jennings, Danny Gray are out there too. And Ray McLeod, Tyler Croft in motion. Shotgun formation. Snap is away. Purdy looking deep. Caught by Jawan Jennings. First down. Do you call timeout? Or you're going to quickly go, wow, what a throw. Jawan Jennings with the big catch. Snap is away. Oh, it's going to be probably a false start, is it? Which they're going to have to burn a timeout, or else there's a 10-second runoff, if I'm not mistaken. This is asking so much of a rookie, quarterback to do a 57-second drill. But what a throw to Jawan Jennings. I think the Niners will probably burn the last timeout. Regardless, you lose the 5 yards, but... And this is another key. I want to pull up on the stats here. But just the penalties. I don't even know, have Houston... They've had one penalty, I think, called against them. But I think that's it. Man, Jawan Jennings, what a great catch. All right. Shotgun formation. Purdy has Hasty in the backfield. Snap is away, and is it another false start? Are you kidding me? I think it's another false start, and Shanahan is livid. Shanahan is not happy. Whoa, we didn't even use now we're going to use the friggin' timeout. I guess we didn't use the timeout. Yikes. Are... Oh, I think it's only if the clock is moving, then you have to burn the... Yeah, of course we don't have to use the timeout. What am I thinking? 1st and 20. Get a... I mean, the flags are just killing us. Come on. Get it together. All right, 1st and 20 now. Oh, we did have to use... we don't have any more timeouts, so we'll see if Purdy can come up with a little more magic. I love the fact that he just threw it. I mean, that's like... He just was like, screw it. Jawan is down there somewhere. We're just going to throw it and see what happens. Now what the frick is going on? Unbelievable. I guess it is preseason for the officials too. Team stats. Now here is something where I'm concerned about. Penalties. We already have 7 penalties. Purdy's looking deep. Intercepted, I think Isaac Yadam. I think that's Isaac Yadam. Are they saying it's incomplete? Incomplete. I mean, I think he maybe came up with it. I mean, I respect Purdy for going for it, of course. I mean, you got to go for it. Looking for Ray McLeod. And then, is this... Ooh, okay, maybe that's incomplete. Yeah, I think it was bobble. But here's like one of the underrated things. 7 penalties for 54 yards. Like, that is not good. Yeah, it's not an interception. But hey, Purdy, just throw it deep. You have to, if you can somehow, and of course the Texans would be looking for this, but if you can somehow get it so Danny Gray is isolated. Purdy in shotgun, snap is away. Quick pass to Jawan Jennings. Jawan get out of bounds. Doesn't get out of bounds. Picks up about maybe 7 to 10 yards. Are they going to try and run another play, or will they just let it go down to the... maybe they'll get another playoff. Just throw it deep. Let's see what kind of arm Brock Purdy has. Nah, they're just going to let it wind down. All right, everybody. So it is halftime. Cool. So I'm going to do a quick little summary of what we saw. Yeah, some drive-killing penalties too. Yeah. It's I think, it's always a bit of a bummer when your team doesn't look great in the last preseason game, especially because now we have 17 days until week 1. And we're going to be hearing a lot about, Trey Lance and this and that. But, regardless, I think this is going to be one of those things where the Niners we're going to be a damn good team. I think the team's going to look a lot better out there with Trent Williams at blocking. And I think that's really going to give guys like Aaron Banks, a lot of confidence when he knows he has a guy like Trent Williams to his left. But some of the big takeaways for me from the game are the penalties are brutal. The penalties are really brutal. We, arguably get a stop, almost a 3 and out, I want to say on the first Houston Texans offensive drive. But then Omenahu went low on Davis Mills, 15 yards, and it's just like, damn, and just penalty after penalty after penalty. 7 in the first half, for 54 yards, compared to the Texans, 2 penalties for 10 yards. So, yeah, not in terms of that aspect, definitely something to be worried. No, I don't know about worried about, but just something that in the back of my mind, because even in the first couple of, preseason games, the Niners were definitely getting penalized quite a lot. So definitely have to, think about that. But defensively, I think the team was excellent. Beyond that first drive, which we were just getting pushed back and pushed back, I thought the defense, and a reminder, I think there's maybe only 1 or 2 starters out there. So all things considered, the defense played very, very well. The offense, just major inconsistency. Now we know that I think Kittle, Debo, Ayuk only played maybe 2 drives max, I think. Elijah Mitchell not out there, Trent Williams not out there. But it's something that we really just have to, the next 17 days are going to be big, getting ready for the season. And it is kind of nice in a way to have this long break in between, just so, of course, the guys, whoever needs to get healthy, they get healthy. But overall, guys, I'm going to be leaving it there. Thank you so much for coming by the stream. I'm going to be doing a review of the game too. That will probably be out in, I'm looking to have my review of the game out tomorrow night. And then I will be doing a couple of videos, leading up to the season, a number of, season preview videos and, predictions and expectations for the year. But beyond that, for the actual stream, I do want to thank everyone for stopping by, everyone who was here in the chat. Stubby, I appreciate you subscribing and really keeping everyone engaged. Christian, man, it's always good to see you. John Reed, great to have you around here. Bang Bang Niner Gang. Ashton, great seeing you, and everyone else who stopped by. Great to have everyone here. Cesar, yeah, you're right. Samuel Womack, he's just a guy who makes plays. And at the nickelback spot, that's something that you really need. And that's something that, K'Wan Williams was able to be that guy. But as much as, hey, look, we could be like, Trey Lance, 7 for 11, 49 yards. Look at Davis Mills, 4 for 8 for 37 yards and an interception. So Texans fans, not the Texans aren't really, I don't think anyone's expecting them to be that great this year. Still very much in a rebuilding phase, but Davis Mills definitely not great. Smoke, I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you for stopping by. With regards to the next game stream, yes, week 1, 17 days, we're going to be here. It's going to be 10 a.m., I believe, or is it 1? I think it's 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. when the 49ers take on the Chicago Bears. Stick around for videos coming up until then. And again, thank you all for stopping by. Appreciate you. Hopefully the Niners can pull out the win here, get the offense rolling in the second half. Peace out. The butt counts.